Welcome to this episode of PlayPSVR, the podcast. I'm Adam, your host. This is the Thanksgiving edition, and I'm here with your co-host, my dear friend, the guy who has a face for radio, Alex. You see what I did there?
I see what you did there. The thing is, you tried to give me a backhanded compliment, Adam, but you called me a dear friend, and I really take that to heart. I'm thankful for you saying that, so thank you, Adam.
Well, that's bullcrap. Just so everyone knows, when I said he has a face for radio, it means he's ugly. I was trying to say he's ugly because if you have a face for radio, it's because people can't see you. So you got to be real ugly. You can have a nice voice, but you're real ugly, and you can't be on TV because you're ugly. So,
way to explain the joke there, Adam. I knew exactly what you said. I was just celebrating the fact that you called me a dear friend. And I don't think of you as a dear friend because you're terrible at selling that jokes, but just go on.
The thing is, I wanted all the listeners to know that I'm not considering you a dear friend. I'm saying you're ugly. The whole point of that whole intro is to say you are freaking ugly. But regardless, guys, this is going to be a quick episode because we've got families and holidays and traditions. But we have so much PSVR goodness that we couldn't just skip a week. So it's going to be a quick and dirty episode for you. First thing I want to do is talk about some Thanksgiving traditions. And let me guess, Alex, your tradition is shoving long, elongated objects down your throat until you vomit. Yeah?
That's not a Thanksgiving tradition, Adam. That's a daily morning tradition so the thing Adam's referencing is this morning I brushed my teeth and I accidentally hit my gag reflex when I was scrubbing my tongue real good because I like to have fresh breath, and I puked up all my coffee. And I told Adam that, and he just thought it was hilarious and wanted to talk about it on the podcast. There you go, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Alex vomits sometimes when he brushes his teeth too hard.
Dude, that sounds disgusting. That is horrible.
Well, guess what? It felt disgusting and it tasted disgusting.
I bet. Okay, anyhow, so my tradition is that for the past 2 years, so this will be the third year it's happening, I have sat down and eaten an entire pumpkin pie in one sitting all by myself. I love it. It's good, and I plan on making it the third year in a row that this happens. So another thing you got to remember is that you have to have a very specific 4-to-3 ratio of pumpkin pie to whipped cream. You got that? Boom. Get some football. Eat that pumpkin pie. Let's effing go. Thanksgiving for the win, baby!
That's interesting, Adam, because that's the exact same ratio that I use, the 4-to-3 ratio of whipped cream to your mom. So it's really weird that our both of our traditions have that same
that's a whole lot of whipped cream.
It's a whole lot of mom, dude.
That's a whole lot of mom. Okay, that's probably your best joke of the whole podcast. The whole 42 episodes we've done. That's a whole lot of mom. I hope they found it as entertaining as I did. Proceed.
Yeah. Thanksgiving traditions are pretty easy for us. We just, eat. My family's full of vegetarians. We eat tofurkey, and then afterwards we eat more tofurkey. We make little sandwiches out of it with mayonnaise. It's fantastic. Everybody thinks it's going to be gross. No, I love it. Try it. If somebody brings some to your Thanksgiving dinner, put a little bit with some mayonnaise on like a roll or something like that. Make a little slider out of it, a tofurkey slider. That's our tradition, is eating those. And I might go get one right now, Adam. Actually, if you're not entertaining enough, I'm going to leave the recording and go make a tofurkey slider.
Hey, you know what they say about your family?
What?
You all are hung like a slider. Okay, so
What?
You're hung like a slider. Okay, let's go to the gamer juice of the week here. Moving on, because we're trying to move fast and furious. So my gamer juice of the week is the sparkling spiced pumpkin cider. And so I have already taken a sip. I accidentally took a little sip. It comes in a nice, big, it looks like a miniature growler. And it's really pumpkin-y, guys. It's real, like, almost too much. It tastes like I just put a pumpkin in my mouth. Like, it's definitely sparkling, and it's definitely cider. It's not bad. It's a little too pumpkin-y, but I'm digging it for now. And it's a glass bottle, so I can reuse it to put, like, moonshine or eggnog or whatever else I want to shove in here. So that's my gamer juice of the week. What are you sipping on?
Oh, I'm sipping on that joke, hung like a slider. I'm still trying to wrap that one around my head. I'm drinking just a standard Blue Moon, but at my work today, somebody sold us a bunch of these candies. They sell candy like once a month. It's Mountain Man brand candy or something. I bought a bag of dark chocolate covered coffee beans, and I've had, every time I buy a bag of these, I think I'll eat just like a handful and then save them for later, work on these throughout the week. And, by the end of the day, I've eaten all of them. I'm extremely wired right now. And when I eat this many dark chocolate coffee beans, I'm also really optimistic, and I'm going to crash so freaking hard in like 15 minutes. So we got a bomb ticking at them. It's called the sleep bomb and the anger bomb that's ticking. So let's hope we get through this episode before that bomb explodes all over this podcast. So Adam, speaking of bombs exploding all over the podcast, did you explode all over Stunt Kite Masters VR like I expected you to last week?
Well, something exploded. It was your recommendation for playing that game because, okay, so here's my honest, I was impressed with the environments, actually. So there's only 3 of them, but they were actually, like kind of cool. The beach was very laid back, and I felt like I should hula, and it was cool. I was digging that. And then you're on top of the helipad and, like, in the city. That was very unexpected. I'm a little confused why you'd be flying a kite there. That one doesn't make sense, but it was raining. It looked good. It was a little, like, I don't want to say eerie as in it was actually scary, but it was just a nice environment that I didn't expect that I would get for a game like that. So
Did you see the helicopter? Cool. Did you see the helicopter come down and try to land?
I definitely saw the helicopter, and he was close to the helipad, but I don't remember him ever, like,
That's as close as he gets. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the mountain, that was... Obviously, I was like, okay, you could fly a kite here. And that was cool. So that was neat. The game itself totally sucked. I played it with both the DualShock controllers and the motion controllers. I will say, if you are unfortunate as a listener and somehow you get caught playing this freaking game, do not use a DualShock. It's horrible. The motion controllers are still bad, but they're tolerable. And so it's just... I don't understand the point. So the 3 game modes, which game mode is your favorite, Alex? Either the one where you just fly around like a freaking dingus, the one where the freaking RC planes just directly bombard you and kill you instantly, or the one where you pick up the stupid bullcrap stars.
So it's split between the star game. It's a glorified version of Snake, and you collect the stars, or the RC car game. And you're missing the point. If you thought that it's just the RC planes hit you and then you die, that you obviously didn't understand. You're supposed to take the RC planes out, man. You're supposed to take the power and turn it against itself. It's like aerial judo. So I'm not surprised that you didn't appreciate that. And it sounds like you weren't very good at it. And so you didn't hear that the music kind of ramps up in intensity as you collect more stars or as you knock out more planes. So you can be forgiven. I do have a question, Adam. Did you play the game in one session, or did you play a little bit and then maybe, go away, do something, come back later, like the next day and try it?
Oh, no. I played it once, and I am almost certain I will never open it again.
So it sounds crazy, but the first time I played it, I was like, yeah, all right, I got. I wasted $5, and I shouldn't have done this. And then when I played it again, I had to wait for a download or something. Let me recommend this to you and all the listeners. If you have a download you're waiting for on your PSN, like you want to play VR right now and you need the new patch for Firewall 0 Hour or something like that before you can get started, have Stunt Kite Masters VR in the queue so you can load it up and play it while whatever you're waiting for to download can download. This game's not meant to be played for hours and hours on end. It's perfect to just pop in, fly a kite around, and when you hear the letting you know that your download is complete, play it then. Adam, this game did not really resonate with me until I played it the second time, and it also... Then I played it listening to Spotify, some music that I like, and it resonated even harder. So I don't think you're going to do the Spotify thing. I do think maybe next time you're waiting for something to download, give it a chance and just try it again. Try the RC car thing again. I don't know what happened between the first time and second time I played it. First time you're unfamiliar. Second time, it's like, okay, I know what this is. Let me approach it with an understanding of what it's giving me. But hey, you know what? You have your opinion. I totally understand that. It's a very simple game, and other people have played it, and they agree with me. I'm just so happy you played it, man. I'm thankful that you played it.
Here's the thing that I think is stupid. Number one, when they put the stars really low to the ground, there's no effing way.
I get them.
There is no way.
I get them, dude.
Yeah, you also get herpes. That's bullcrap. Second, when you're flying, you know the little, I don't know what you call them. They're like the little ponytail holders that are behind the string on your kite.
Just the ribbons on your tail. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'm sitting there collecting stars, and one falls off, and I die immediately.
Yeah, it's
What?
like the game Snake. Have you ever played Snake on the phone? You're not supposed to hit your own tail. If you were flying a real kite and you got caught up in your own string, it would not continue to fly.
Oh, that's why they're falling off?
Yeah, see?
Oh, see, I
It
didn't
makes
know
sense
that.
now. You're supposed to dodge your own tail as well.
Well, how about they effing tell you that? Freaking buttholes.
You know, if they handed you everything on a plate, then you wouldn't feel the satisfaction of learning the rules of the new game environment.
Stupid. And then also my favorite moment of the game, you could go back, and I think my Twitch video will be on there for another week or something, because I think they replenish every 2 weeks or delete or whatever. My favorite part of the game was I started the RC game, and my kite was there, and I was like, okay, well, what's this going to be like? And immediately a little RC plane comes in, just a direct hit, like just bang, boom, you lose. It was so bang bang, and it was it was the worst game I'd ever seen in my life. It was like, these people are just so stupid. What klutzes. What a failure of a game. Yeah, I wasted $4, and it's your fault, listeners. I was going to avoid it for the rest of my life, and then you had to go and make me play it. So way to go. Congrats for that. But now we can stop talking about it. I'm going to go back, re-review Stunt Kite Master, and give it a 3, because it's definitely worse than half of Pop-Up Pilgrims.
So I do just want to add, Adam, I think this might be a bone of contention between us. This might be a way we can delineate who's who and kind of draw the line between us. Adam, I think I am a kite person. You know, I go with the wind, and I accept nature, and I accept what comes with me, and I work with it. You know, I work with the flow of the air and things like that, and I accept the beauty in the world. You, on the other hand, you're a freaking RC plane, man. You just want to take me down. You just want to drive in your motor and tear up the earth and take everybody down. And anybody trying to have a good time, you just want to ruin it on the beach, on the mountain, on the top of the cityscape. That's what you are, man. You're an RC plane, and you're taking me down. And guess what? I'm too good for you. I'm too elusive, and I'm too fast. And I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna get behind you. I'm gonna take you down, man. I'm gonna get behind you. I'm gonna hit you from behind and take you down like the RC plane. And I'm the kite. Adam, this week I played some more Transpose. I wanted to finish this game. I've said before how much I love this game, and I haven't really had a chance to play many games this week. I've been busy with Thanksgiving traveling. I love Transpose. I beat it. I got all the trophies. There's no platinum, so I'm sorry to say I haven't got another platinum that's going to make Adam mad. Please, guys, please. $20 is a bargain for how wonderful Transpose is, and it's a decent amount of content. If it ever goes on sale, you're stupid for not playing it. It's just such a fantastic game. That's all I have to say about the games I played this week. We'll have a lot more to talk about next week. Adam, I need you to tell me now, what is better, Stunt Kite Masters VR or Beat Saber?
Well, I don't know. Unlike you, I'm not just a fart in the wind, so I'm going to have to go with Beat Saber because I actually like good games. So that is my answer. And let me tell you. So we're recording on Tuesday, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and so I did download it, came home from work. I played it for probably an hour, maybe a little more than that. I got through almost all of the 16 tracks. I think I've got through like 12 of them. And my first impressions are very favorable. So at 10 this morning, I was like, I'm not going to buy it. I got boned mightily from Tetris Effect. And I don't want to put out another $30, $40 for a freaking game and get, bent over the desk again. But I listened to the soundtrack, and I was like, okay, it sounds pretty good. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger. And I'm actually glad I bought it because it is really fun. It's one of those games that – when I was on hard mode and I was going through it, it made me smile because it was difficult, but I was in the moment, and it was just that level of enjoyment that I just don't get with games, except the very good ones like The Persistence or To the Top or Resident Evil and now Beat Saber. And so it was a good game. The music is awesome. It works perfectly. It's awesome to have two lightsabers and just beat the crap out of the blocks. every time you make contact with a block, it sounds insignificant, but the motion controller vibrates a little bit. And what it does is make the illusion that you are really striking each block with force and that you have some type of power behind you. And it's weird until you actually hit a block, you won't understand, but it's really fun. And $30, I'll admit, okay, that's a little steep. 16 songs, not bad. And there are some songs that I could play over and over and over, and other ones that are like, there's better songs in Tetris Effect, I can tell you that much. But so far, I mean, again, these are first impressions, not my final impressions. It's not my review yet. But I think so far it's been worth it, and I've really enjoyed it. Obviously, it's one of the more anticipated titles. And I'll answer any questions you have first, Alex. But there's a couple things that I do want to mention that I don't know, I don't like as much. But, yeah, you have any questions first before I dive into that stuff?
Yeah, so this is a game. It's been getting a lot of traction on Reddit. Everybody's talking about it. It's flooded the front page. And I'm wondering, is this a game that's going to sell VR to people? So imagine you take your VR somewhere for Thanksgiving and you have newbies playing VR and they play this. Do you think this is something that's going to sell them? Because I personally know two people that they're like, I'm just waiting for Beat Saber. That's the thing that's going to sell me on VR. I want VR for Beat Saber. Do you think for PSVR this is going to be a real system seller? You think it's going to be moving things this holiday season?
See, I also have a friend who is like, as soon as Beat Saber comes out, I'm going to buy PSVR and everything. And I texted him, I was like, hey, Beat Saber came out, and I think he's in the process of purchasing one. Only for Beat Saber. And so I've heard that. I guess it is, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really understand why. Like, it's definitely going to be a great game to hook people up, and it's going to be a ton of fun. But, like, this, to me, just doesn't – it's like kind of, what's that, a Rock Band or Guitar Hero? It's like a piggyback off that, I guess. Like, I don't feel like it fully utilizes VR. So the people who are buying it just for that, I mean, I'm glad, because then they're going to play Super Hot, or they're going to play To the Top, or they're going to play another game that actually utilizes more of the virtual reality aspects, and then that's going to blow their nips off. But to me, this is a game that, to me, I mean, maybe if someone gets motion sick, it's a game I would have them play first, but it's not going to be a go-to game probably for me, just because it doesn't utilize virtual reality that much. Like, you have to look forward, you have to focus on the blocks coming your way, and it's easier to zone out and get in the zone because you're in virtual reality and you don't see things around you. It's easier to get into the music. But I mean, I would show family and friends certainly, but I don't understand that infatuation in which, I'm buying VR for that, you know?
So it's actually kind of funny, because what you're describing is a very similar thing with Tetris, right? Like, Beat Saber doesn't need to be in VR. You could totally imagine playing this game on a flat screen with the camera and the moves, and you wouldn't have to be in the environment. But you're not hearing people say, this is, it's just Guitar Hero, but in VR. It's just Guitar Hero with the moves. And I don't know how I feel about that. We have differing opinions on Tetris Effect, and we've talked about that. It's on our review. This is a game I really want to get Beat Saber. I love Guitar Hero. I love Rock Band. I'm a total mark for those. And I feel like an idiot for not having already bought Beat Saber. But there's a lot of games that have come out that I've bought, like Deracine and stuff, that kind of more expensive than they need to be. And there's games coming up like Borderlands VR. And I just can't justify, dropping $30 on another game when I've already got so much planned to buy in the future. That being said, yeah, Beat Saber, at least personally for me, it looks like VR benefits Beat Saber in the same way that VR benefits Thumper, where you have this really maybe kind of oppressive environment and you have a real connection with the music and especially the bass. And that's what makes me want to play Beat Saber. I also think it's hilarious that you called the music drum and bass instead of drum and bass, Adam. Did you
I was in the moment, dude. Like, screw you hard.
It's drums and fish, everybody.
You suck. So I do strongly suggest that you buy the game, Alex. Like I know $30 is hard to swallow, but it's really fun. I was impressed with how much PSVR exclusive content it had. So apparently the PC VR doesn't have a campaign mode, in which PSVR does, and essentially you play the same songs, but they add wrinkles such as instead of just beating the song, you have to get certain scores, or you could only miss so many of the blocks. There's one in which there are arrows on the blocks as they come to you to let you know which way you have to swipe the Beat Saber into the block, and those are shown briefly but then get erased. And so then you have to look at it ahead of time and remember. And so they just add little wrinkles that I think is like interesting. And there's a party mode. There's just a free play where you can play all of them. There's different difficulties: beginner, normal, hard, and expert. Like, I think it's good. I'm really enjoying it so far. One thing I will say that's a bunch of effing bull crap, in my opinion, is the fact that we spent what I think is $30 is kind of steep for a game. And they are now saying that you can purchase in the future some pack of 10 games for $10. That, I think, is pretty effing crappy. That's almost a cash grab. Like, we paid too much for the game to begin with. There's no reason why we should have to pay more money for more levels, essentially, you know, making the game more playable and just so we can play it longer. Like, at some point, these 16 levels are going to get old, and you're not going to want to continue playing the game. And, the only thing to do, you have to pay more money to elongate the game. It just sucks. I think that just, I don't know, that really sucks. I am not in favor of that whatsoever. How many other games, like look at Ancient Amulator. They have put out heroes and levels and Pirate Flight. They're just flooding. I mean, Persistence. The Persistence gave us like an additional game free for a DLC.
I mean, Electronauts dropped free music too. Like, they keep adding more music to that.
Yeah, exactly. So like the fact that they're charging us, that sucks. I mean, I heard that maybe they're going to come out with a DLC that has 10 free songs, and then after that, maybe 10 songs for $10. But regardless, like that sucks. Like,
yeah.
Really, you already had the game developed for PC VR. You can't tell me that it's that much different to put it in PSVR, and it's already more expensive than what you were charging the PC VR people. Like, that kind of really irks me. I think that's a bunch of bullcrap.
Yeah, I think I'm glad you're saying some negative things about it, because I feel like this game is going to get a pass in the PSVR community because people are so hyped for it, and understandably so. It's a really good game, apparently. But yeah, there's no multiplayer, which I don't know if there was in the PCVR version, but I think there was. The game's more expensive than the PCVR version. The PCVR version allows you to, download the own tracks that you like, or people can make custom tracks, and you can play those, which maybe aren't as good in terms of how they're made compared to the games that come with it. But still, it's just more content for free, and we're going to have to pay for that content. So we're getting technically a much lesser game, and we're having to pay like, what, $10 more? It's frustrating. And I just, God, guys, we're going to spend $30 to buy this game. Thanks for gouging us, Thanks for really, really chapping our hides there. That being said, $10 per track, or $10 for 10 tracks, I think is pretty reasonable compared to what you see in other games. I think like Guitar Hero and Rock Band was charging like $3 per song. So $10 for a 10 pack of tracks, especially when the game comes with only 16 tracks, that's like over half the game. Like, you're over doubling the size of the game. Almost doubling the size of the game for like $10. It's not a bad deal. So I can understand that. I don't want to be spending $100 in the future, though, to try to get all the songs.
Yeah, and I mean, like, seriously, I think right now I'm really enjoying it, but I can tell you at some point it's going to get old. Hearing the same songs, and like, yeah, I know in a way you're playing the same thing, but it's different. Just like GarageBand, like, you could have played the same songs over and over, but it was, I don't know, there's something about those type of rhythm-based games that it's different enough that it's okay and you don't mind doing it. But I just, yeah, I don't know. I think that's a chintzy way to make some money, knowing that, I mean, to me, I'm going to be honest, especially if they give me 10 tracks free in the first DLC, I'm not buying another 10-pack. I will not play the game before I spend another $10 and, and play more levels. Like, that's just how it is. But I guess I'll have to decide, if they don't give me 10 free songs, am I still going to buy it? Did I get my $30 worth out of those original 16 games? That's a decision for a later date. But, okay, so that's Beat Saber as the first impressions. The Black Friday sales, I mean, if you've been on Reddit at all, you know that they are discussing them. They've already been out in Europe for a little bit, which sucks because us in North America, we're still waiting on them. But there's some out there, and there were some really good deals. We're not going to go through all of them, but you got to go get them. And is there a game on the market? Alex, you have such a backlog. Is there a game that you would consider purchasing if it were on sale? Or are you just so full that you don't have time?
I'm all constipated with games to play in the backlog. I will mention Light Tracer is a game that I like. It's $1.49. It's absurd. If you haven't bought the game for that price, Adam's not going to buy the game because he's too cool for it. Who cares? Buy this game for $1.49. You're not going to, don't expect a ton out of it. But it's an enjoyable game. It's cute and it's fun and it's kind of novel, and I enjoyed it. $1.49. Goodness gracious, it's less than half a cup of coffee. Go for that. Other Black Friday deals, I thought it was going to be hard to find some of these, $200 PSVR combos. It's apparently not. You get them on Amazon, get them on Target, get them at Best Buy. Obviously, this is like an official push from Sony. So I might go out and get the super hot combo, maybe give my old PSVR headset to somebody else or something like that, because I just want the PSVR version 2 headset, because I'm tired of having that little box in the middle of my cords. Adam, are you interested in upgrading at all, or do you know anybody who might be buying a PSVR due to these Black Friday deals?
I know one person I think is going to look into it. The guy who said that after Beat Saber he was going to buy it. I think I'm not going to upgrade to version 2. I'm just going to wait until PSVR 2 comes out unless my headset actually breaks. I mean, I don't have that much trouble with the breakout box, and all the bundles, there aren't any games on them that I don't have and actually want to play. So I'm going to steer clear of those, but there are some really good deals. I mean, to think that you can have virtual reality, have everything you need, and a couple games for $200 is insane. Like, that is awesome, especially for this quality of entertainment. Like, if someone's on the fence, you need to tell them to, quit chapping their hide and get on the right side of the fence and be a PSVR fanboy.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate. Yeah, it's $200 for the PSVR set, and you're going to have to get a PS4 if you don't already have one. That's going to be $200 during the Black Friday sale. But honestly, $400 for a complete PSVR setup, and it comes with Astrobot and Moss, or Super Hot and Creed. That's a wonderful combination of games and just gameplay. It's really, really wonderful. Adam, moving on. Quick news that was announced. There was somebody on Reddit posted that they think Sony is not – they heard rumors that Sony was not going to be at E3 in 2019, which we were both looking forward to. Apparently, we're not going to go. Shortly after that post, that Sony announced that they are not going to be at E3 2019. Who knows why? But that same person that posted that rumor that was later verified also posted rumors about PSVR 2, Adam. So they said that PSVR 2 is not going to have the breaker box. All of that hardware is going to be inside the PlayStation 5. They said the PlayStation 5 is going to be a monster console, extremely powerful, and it's going to cost about $500. They said that PSVR 2 is going to still use the camera, and they also said that the DualShock 5, so the next iteration of the controller, is also going to have a camera on it. They said there's going to be new PSVR Move controllers, which we've seen the patents for, and they've also mentioned there will potentially be gloves included with the PSVR 2 or used with the PSVR 2. Adam, are you getting all wound up? Are you getting all horned up for this next version of the PSVR? Or what do you think about dropping $500 on a PlayStation 5 so that you can play PSVR 2?
So the thing is, I'm not getting all super excited because let me tell you why. I've seen at least 3 patents for Move controllers that were submitted. And guess how many Move controller updates we have? 0.
Well, we got one, but it's very basic. But yeah, okay.
Whatever. Until I actually see it, I'm not going to get my balls up in a pantyhose or whatever.
Good one. Good one.
I know, right? I totally get my balls up in get my panties in a wad. So yeah, I mean I'm ready for it. And once PSVR 2 comes out, I mean at this point, especially since we review games and we have this play PSVR thing going, I'm gonna purchase whatever is necessary to keep it going. But until I actually see it and it's announced, I mean I was waiting for so long for PSX so we could go, got boned. Was like, okay, we'll go to E3, got boned. Was waiting for new Move controllers, got boned. Couldn't wait for Tetris Effect, got boned. So Sony just keeps boning me, dude. So I'm not trusting anything until I see it in person. And so that's where I stand on this PSVR 2.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's good to just wait until we get more information. Maybe Sony's going to have their own event in March or something, near E3 that's not necessarily E3, but it's something we could go to. I would be super excited about that. It's getting to the point now, we're so invested in PSVR that it seems like whatever the price point they come out with, we're going to have to take a dip and get in that because, I really don't want to let go of this whole virtual reality ecosystem. So moving on, Adam, there's a lot of games that were announced this past week. There were some games last week that we weren't able to talk about because we were kind of short on time. We had to record early. And there's games coming out next week that I want to just name drop. So we got a list of games. I'm just going to mention them. And if you want to say something about them, Adam, you can say something. If you don't want to say something about them, just give me a fart noise or give me a turkey gobble to let me know that you want to move on. So, Adam, first game coming up that I'm going to talk about is Scraper. It's like a cyborg robot type game. I described it as like Battlezone, but a single-player Battlezone, where you fight with the Move controllers. It looked kind of fun, and you're fighting robots, and it looks really cool, and it might have an interesting story. Is this something you want to talk about, or do you want to gobble it?
I mean, it looks good. I'm interested. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble Gobble comes out next week, guys. So get ready to buy this game. It comes out next week. We're talking like November 25th or something like that. I don't remember the exact date. Another game that was I think it's out now, actually. Boxing Apocalypse. So here we go. This is the third boxing game for the PSVR. I love boxing. I'm going to play all of these games. Knockout League was great. Creed was great. Here we got Boxing Apocalypse. It looks like a budget boxing game. Adam, is this something you want to talk about, or is it Gobble Gobble?
I mean, I'm just going to be straight up honest right here. Looking on it was a PC VR stream I was watching. It did not look that good. It just looked not buggy, but it just didn't look good. It didn't look fluid. It didn't look difficult. It looked very repetitious. It does have PvP, so that's interesting. Hopefully we can play that. And I mean, I don't know. I don't understand. How do we have 3F in boxing games? We don't have a golf game. No, 100-foot robot golf doesn't count. That's stupid.
We got two golf games: 100-foot robot golf, infinite mini golf, and everybody's golf is coming out, early next year.
Okay, I want an actual effing golf game. Maybe everybody's golf or whatever that one was I haven't even heard of. Maybe that is an actual golf game. But I'm not talking about effing mini golf. I'm talking about like Wii golf, but just for VR. That's what I want. Something that actually has some substance to it. And then I mean, I don't know how a basketball game would look. There's so many other sports games. Why are they focusing on boxing? Is it the easiest one to do in VR? I don't know. But gobble gobble.
If there was a basketball game on one street corner, there was a golf, match or whatever you want to call it on another street corner, and a baseball game on another street corner, and a boxing match on the fourth street corner, everybody's going to go to that boxing match. We all want to watch people fight. Adam, I'm going to get a code. I'm going to get some codes for us on Boxing Apocalypse, and I'm going to lay you out. I'm going to knock you dead. You're going to be splayed out on the floor. You're going to have trouble breathing. You're going to be all concussed. You're going to be all look like you're sleepwalking with your hands all waving in the air and stuff like that. I'm going to knock you out. So, yeah, I'm excited about Boxing Apocalypse. It's going to have PvP, which Creed has it. It's wonderful. I love it. This is going to have it, too. You kind of get weapons and stuff, too, so it's not pure boxing. I'm looking forward to it. Adam, also this week, came out for free. It's called Crow. It's kind of like a movie. Are you interested in watching, like, movie experiences that you don't interact with?
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble. All right, I'm going to watch this after we finish recording the podcast, but I it's probably going to be really cool. It's free, so I don't know what they're going for here. How are they going to make money off this?
It's going to be the next Monkey King.
It'll be better than Monkey King because that's not going to cost money. Titanic VR, Adam, that came out. It's like an educational experience. Are you interested in this at all?
Unless I can get on top of the poop deck and have Jack hold me as I sprawl out in the middle of the ocean, no. Gobble, gobble.
That's exactly what the game is. I think the last third of the game is you floating on a door in the middle of the ocean. Adam,
Ooh.
In Death comes out November 27th. Did you watch the trailer for this game? Because I think it looks absolutely fantastic.
I just saw that it was like a very little bit. I was hoping we would get it, and I don't like to spoil games or have preconceived notions, so I don't read into them. So I didn't, but I hope we get to play it.
So somebody said that their friends that are PC VR gamers, this game has been out on PC VR. Their PC VR gaming friends like two games on PC VR. They like Beat Saber and they like In Death. The trailer sold me so hard on this game. I'm so pumped for it, and it came out of nowhere. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. Adam, squishies.
Yeah, gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble. I don't know much about it. Space Pirate Trainer comes out next week, guys. That's out of nowhere. We're looking forward to it. It's another game that's been hyped by the PC VR people. It's like they finally got around to releasing all these great PC VR games for us right after Thanksgiving, right after Black Friday deals. Adam, are you looking forward to Space Pirate Trainer? It looks like another wave shooter, but it might be a really good wave shooter. Do you have room in your heart for Space Pirate Trainer?
I'd rather wave that fart in the wind. Gobble gobble.
Wave that fart in the wind, whatever that means. Adam, Affected the Manor. I was excited about this game. It looks really creepy. It's really dark. It's probably better than Paper Dolls because I think you can walk using the analog sticks. But the game came out on the Samsung Gear VR, which means it is a cell phone port, a cell phone VR port. Adam, are you interested in this? Are you excited about this?
Sounds like I should be playing some HeroCade. I've already wasted money on HeroCade. Why not? Add one more sucker to the list.
All right. Well, that's it for the new games that are coming out next week that we know about. They always add more on Friday, and that's going to be Black Friday. We're not going to be recording that day. But moving on, Adam, you had a great idea. I'm going to give you credit for this. This is a week of Thanksgiving. This is a week of thanks, and we're not here to get mad. We're not going to air our grievances, Adam. So I liked your idea. I think maybe we should air our thanks instead. So do you want to air thanks with me?
And I do. And I think it was fitting for the season that we're in. And we always talk, there's so many things. I could complain for the next 35 minutes, but you know what? I can also give thanks. And I think oftentimes people probably listen to the episodes and they probably think that we're just always angry or we always see the worst in games. But there are some great things in PSVR too. And so this past week, I guess start off with something I hate. What do you know? I can't help it. But freaking Tetris Effect, I didn't like it. I thought it was a big old turd in my mouth, and I sucked on it for a pretty good long time. And it smelled. It had a couple hairs in it. It was disgusting. And so I was pretty beat up, and I was like, okay, well, now what am I going to do? I don't have any new games to play. I don't have anything really on the horizon that I really want to play. And so I was like, well, what do I do now? And so I was like, okay, well, how about I go to a game that's tried and true that I love? And so I went back to the top, and holy crap, dude, that game, it's solidified. It's my number 2 PSVR game. It was number 3. It surpassed Resident Evil 7. It is so good. I love it so much. I did platinum it to toot my own horn. Toot. Man, I'm tooting real hard. I'm also going to blow that in the wind too. But it was, it's so good. The level design is just absolutely phenomenal. It's so fun to play, especially when you have to find the geomes and there's the hiddens, and then you have to beat the times. And thankfully, they have it so that to get platinum, you don't have to get every single medal in the game. Otherwise, that would be a killer. You have to get close. And the last, 3 medals that I had to collect were kind of tough. But these guys are they're genius. I just can't talk about the level design enough. All the little Easter eggs and the things that they've done that were so clever, and you could tell they put so much time, attention, and thought into each level. And then the music was awesome. And then even when I was sucking and maybe it was a little aggravating, it's just such a good time. I cannot talk about this game enough. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so glad that I got the platinum it, because my 3, I'm not saying these are the 3 best games, but the 3 games that mean the most to me, I suppose, is the Persistence, because it's my favorite game, To the Top, because it's my second favorite game and it's incredible, and then Res Infinite, because it was my first game and it's the one that really propelled me into my love for VR. So all 3 of those I've platinumed, and it just goes on another list of how incredible is PSVR and how much fun are the times that we're living in. So that's my thanks. Thank you, Electric Hat. Thank you to the top. Thank you, PSVR.
That's a good point. I wasn't even thinking about that, Adam. Like, we should be here. I've been complaining, I tweeted out that we're getting too many games, too many good stuff. Too much good stuff is coming out. We got Beat Saber coming out. We got Scraper coming out. We got a boxing game for me coming out. We got Space Pirate Trainer coming out. I can't keep up. I don't have enough time for all these games. And here I am complaining about that. No, I need to be thankful, man. PSVR, it's such a wonderful experience. And now there are more and more and more, almost a limitless way of enjoying PSVR. So I'm thankful for that. That's a great point on your part, Adam. So thank you for bringing that up. I'm thankful that I'm going to have a physical copy of To the Top, whereas you're just going to be stuck with your dinky little digital copy. Yeah, who really loves it now? I love it, and you're a poser who can put in the time to get a platinum trophy. So what I really want to be thankful for, Adam, is, I don't know, you can see on the camera, we're looking at each other on the camera. Do you see how much this check is for, Adam? Do you see what it's written out to, the monetary value of this check? That's right. It's $10.07. Adam, do you see who wrote me this check? If you can look up in the corner there, can you see who wrote me this check? That's right. It says Sony. Sony wrote me a check for $10, Adam. Again, that is $10 that Sony has given me, and they have not given you. This check, this wasn't a free coupon sent in the email to very special PlayStation Network customers, such as myself.
F you, eat a ball.
This was my award that I got from a class action lawsuit against Sony. Actually, Sony released, when they released the PlayStation 3, one of the touting aspects of it was that you could install your own operating system on it. People could put Ubuntu and Linux on their PlayStation 3, and then later they redacted that feature with a firmware update, and people sued because they bought the original PlayStation 3 and then they were not able to put their software on it. I bought an original PlayStation 3 when it came out. Speaking of expensive consoles, I spent $600 to get a PlayStation 3 when it came out.
Jeez.
I had a lot of fun with it, but that was more money than I should have spent on a console.
Well, it really only cost you $390 or $590.
$589.93 because I get this 1007 back. Adam, what should I put this 1007 toward? Should I put it toward Beat Saber? Is that what I should do? Make it like Tetris Effect where I get $10 off again?
Without a doubt. That is definitely the move to do. Like, there's no other move. Like, you got to do it.
Yeah, I'm thankful for $10, Sony. So, just every month, if you could keep sending me $10, I'm going to buy a game on the PlayStation Network for it. So you're still getting more money from me than you normally would. But I'm thankful for money. I'm thankful for $10. I'm thankful for Sony and PlayStation VR. I'm not really thankful for the class action lawsuit group because I think I was supposed to get like $100 out of this. But yeah, but the lawyers take like a heavy percentage of it. So
90%? They take 90%?
It's absurd. Anytime you hear about a class action lawsuit, it's almost always a scam. I mean, you know what? The lawyers put in all the work, and I just kind of sat back and filled out a form on the internet. So I can't complain too much. $10. It's going to go toward Beat Saber. Maybe I'll be nice. Maybe I'll buy you 10 songs on Beat Saber with this money. Not really. Not going to do it. Adam, you have anything else to say, buddy? Because I think we're almost done with this episode.
That's right. So last thing, I just want to give one little, I guess maybe a little hint or update or whatever. So we have what I think is going to be a real fun addition to the, I don't want to say Play PSVR family because then it sounds like we're adding another person, which we're not. But we have like a sponsorship deal that potentially we're finalizing. I think it's going to be real good. You guys are going to like it. It's going to fit the show very well. And look forward to it and looking for it. I'm real excited. I think it's going to be fun. And the jokes are going to be flowing. And, I mean, I'm not hung as a slider, but I like to think I have some pretty big balls. So I'm excited for it.
All right.
Okay. I don't even know. Is that a good thing to be hung as a slider? Did I compliment you or did I insult you?
I can't figure out what in the world you were trying to mean by that. That's why I love it. I'm thankful for your terrible idioms, Adam, because I think they add an element to this podcast that we're not going to get from any other podcast. So thank you for the way you just kind of sling words together and hope that they come out as something that means something. And they never.
But it sounds like that should hung like a slider. That does it feel like That's something.
It doesn't sound like anything, Adam. A slider is a small sandwich. I don't know why you'd be hung like a small sandwich.
Yeah, hung like a slider. Maybe it's because the slider's a little sandwich. And so I'm saying you have a little dong.
But would you? Okay, were you hung like a Big Mac? Is that better?
Could be,
No,
but you don't usually say hung is typically a good thing.
It's like, not. It's Don't try to make this better, Adam. Let's just end this episode and move on with our life.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to this thankful but short episode of Play PSVR. We want to shout out to Denominator X. They left an awesome review for us on iTunes. Thank you for that. I also want to thank everybody who participated in our Tetris Effect giveaway on Twitter. You retweeted the comments. We'd love to know that people are listening. And if you're not listening, we'd love to know that you retweet when we're giving away a game that is more expensive than it should be. Congrats to Luke, our winner. He left us a wonderful comment, or it might have been an email. I absolutely loved what he told us, and it made us feel so great. You know, when we get feedback about the podcast, it really motivates us to continue doing this. Sometimes one of us will get down in the dumps about it a little bit. It almost feels like a job sometimes. But when we get these awesome comments and awesome feedback, any feedback at all, actually, it really makes us feel like we're doing something that people at least look forward to or want to hear at least a little bit. So thank you for all the comments, and thank you, Luke, for your wonderful comments. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy Tetris Effect. I like Tetris Effect. Adam hates it. Adam hopes you hate it so that you agree with him. And remember, while you're hanging out with your family this weekend, be sure to take your earbuds or your headphones or even, Chromecast it up to the TV so everybody can enjoy Play PSVR, the podcast. Make them listen, subscribe to us on iTunes, make them subscribe to us on Pocket Cast or Google Play or wherever you listen to us. Have them join our Facebook group, have them subscribe to us on YouTube. You can listen to us at all those places. And you know what? When they can't get enough, when they're coming back to you after the Thanksgiving dinner, they're coming back for seconds. They want leftovers of Play PSVR and Play PSVR, the podcast. Say, hey, you know what? I can't serve you up with any more of that wonderful podcast audio. I'm going to send you to some written reviews on playpsvr.com. And there, your family members, they don't even got to talk to you. They can just go straight there and read our reviews and leave a comment there and talk to us directly. And if they want to talk to us without going to the website and reading reviews, they can email us at playpsvr@gmail.com, or they can hit us up on Twitter at playpsvr, or they can watch Adam sling idioms around like a slider at PlayPSVR on Twitch. So for Adam, I'm Alex. Happy Thanksgiving, and thanks to you for listening to Play PSVR, the podcast, where virtual reality is our reality.
Gobble, gobble.